Hello, and welcome to the Without Judgment podcast, where we dive into how to connect with yourself and others in all the seasons of your life. I'm Virginie, your host, and every month I'll bring you new insights about life coaching and how it can help you be more present and have more fun in your daily life. I want this podcast to help you take time for yourself and discover how to live your life with more intent. Hello and welcome to Without Judgment, episode number 3. Today I wanted to talk to you about gratitude. So first, I would like to give you a short definition of what gratitude is. It is the quality of being thankful, or you could say the readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Now that we got the definition, I really wanted to share the benefits of being grateful. One of the first things that feeling grateful makes you think about what happened. It's kind of on its own making you feel more present. And when it grounds you in the present, it kind of helps your brain think in a more positive way. And one of the main benefits is that you almost instantly feel a little bit more joyful, mostly because you get a sense of purpose from appreciating what is. And then it also has a ripple effect. And that ripple effect you can see on your relationship. Like you can meet more people, you may have better relationship because you are showing up in a way where you're more yourself and just showing your better side in a way. You can also see the ripple effects on your physical health, like improving your sleep. It has a tendency to make you go out a little more so you can exercise. You may be spending more time in nature. You may also be willing to eat something that's really nutritious and good for you that makes you feel less sluggish and all of that. And then, of course, it has a big ripple effect on your mental health. When I was talking earlier about being joyful, that's part of being healthy in your mind, because you're thinking of your everyday life with kind of a lens that's zooming out and gives you a little bit more perspective. Then I want to talk to you and to give you another example from one of my last reads. That's the Book of Joy. So the Book of Joy, subtitled Lasting Happiness in a Changing World, is a book written by the Dalai Lama, Archbishop Tutu, and Douglas Carlton Abrams, who was their translator. It's kind of a conversation between the three with the journalist Douglas Abrams that's worked very often with the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Tutu in the past. And when they decided to work on a book together, they thought immediately that the subject of it should be joy. And I think that's something that we don't really talk about enough. So I thought it would be interesting to bring it to you today. And a quick summary of the book could be to say that it's a recording of those conversations, and it's really showing how they are constantly teasing each other and being a little mischievous like little kids. And so it's a very light read in that sense. It's not just about the spirituality of everything. They also take some questions from people all over the world who, in preparation of this week of kind of interview or meeting of the two spiritual leaders, is really interesting. And in the book you get their perspective on joy and how it relates to suffering and the human nature that has to go through suffering. And then they talk about a lot of the qualities of joy, in a way, the pillars of joy, sometimes you can call them. And then they share a lot of their personal practice. And when they share their personal practice, what I find really interesting is how much you can relate coaching to compassion and their spiritual habits in a way. For example, one of my favorite quotes in the book is, "The incredible thing is that when we think of alleviating other people's suffering, our own suffering is reduced." And that really makes me think immediately of how we behave, how we show up in all of our relationship, whether with our friends or family members. It is so true, and that's also one of the big benefits of giving in general, either giving your time, giving your money, giving your attention to someone, is that by giving to someone else than yourself, it makes you fulfill a higher purpose in a sense. And that is amazing. There is science related to giving to charities that demonstrates that feeling as well. What I wanted to say is that altruism is really one of the key principles there. And then they talk about compassion, and they give you they share a lot of very practical ways to meditate and think about how to be more joyful. And I really think that everybody can benefit from that. So how it relates to coaching is that in coaching, we also help our brain to separate the facts from the thoughts that we're having. And that's also a saying that they have in the book, that you are not your thoughts. And when you realize and you understand how you can separate what you're thinking from whatever situation you're experimenting, whether or not it relates to suffering, it just helps you to navigate through your emotions a lot better, and it helps you to manage your mind and overall to feel more joyful. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about gratefulness and joyful feeling and happiness today, as we are almost in September. As we are almost in December. It's just a big lesson to and a great chance that they recorded those two men talk about joy and how they practice, like from their morning meditation in a way, or morning journaling, or the way they set their intent and go into each day until how they show up and how they think about their own experience and suffering in life, and just see themselves as just another human being, just one of us. All right, with those good words, I'm gonna make it short and sweet, and I will talk to you in December. Bye. If you found this interesting and would like to dive deeper, book a free 30-minute consult with me at Without Judgment Coaching. That's without-judgment-coaching.com. I can't wait to meet you. Talk to you next month.